It so happened that I got motivated to make the second video faster than I thought I would. Okay, so coming on here, I'm making that first video where I talked about how you can make money here on YouTube, and also in case you have like a plan in the future to start a clothing business, what you should do right now if you know that you don't have like any source of income, you don't have any capital available for the clothing business. On that video I talked about the strategy that I would have followed, or I would follow. I think it's a strategy that I'm even following. I don't know if most of you noticed. Exactly everything I said on that video is something I'm doing right now. Okay, so it's something I'm practicing, and that is why I was able to even pour my heart out like that, because it is something I am doing right now. So a strategy that I would follow if I want to start a clothing business in the nearest future and I don't have any source of income, I'm not working for any other thing, like I'm not working outside, I'm just home, thinking about my dreams, how I'll make it happen by coming on YouTube, sharing my story, and while I'm doing that, learning. Okay, so after having that talk with you guys, I decided to go back to the drawing book, like go back to my space and make more research. And I wanted to really know what a clothing business is, what a clothing line is, and what a clothing brand, or a brand like a clothing brand is. Okay, so I wanted to be able to differentiate it, because it's a business that I am going into, it's a business that I want to go into, and I want to know more about it so that I will know how to go about it, how to make my dream come true. Okay, so when I did the research and I found out some things, I was like, okay, I can still share this with you in case you don't know these things. You should know these things now so that you will know exactly the business that you're going into and how to break into the business, okay, how to go about it. I'm just here to share what I know, okay? Anyways, thank you for joining me. My name is Vivian Okaike. My name is Vivian Okaike. And yeah, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you are new, and yeah, let's go together. Let's make this dream happen. I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night. I wanna all night. Since we last kicked it, by the way, just got in town, and I won't let. Okay, so I decided to go make research. When I mean research, I practically used my phone and I kept typing what is a clothing business, what is a clothing brand, and what is a clothing line. And I saw some definitions. I tried to look for examples, because from examples most times we know what the definition is like talking all about. Like, to really know what a definition is, you can know them from the examples they give. Like, to me, it is the easier way for me to know. So when I browsed about what a clothing business is, a clothing line and brand, I also went ahead to look for like examples that would make me really understand what the definition is, like help me understand it. And I am here to tell you that a lot of us have been mistaking the meaning of the clothing business, the clothing line, and the clothing brand. You just see somebody say, I won't start my clothing brand. I won't start my clothing line. Or more, I won't go into clothing business. Like, these things are different things. Although one is like the generalization of all of them, which is the clothing business. Clothing business is like everything together. That is what the business is. The clothing business is everything put together. Under the clothing business, you get the clothing line, you get the clothes brand, you get designers, fashion design, all those things. Yeah, everything is under the business. But then, what is the clothing line? What is a clothing brand? Let's find out what it is. Okay, let me tell you guys the definition I saw and how I understand it. That's how I wrote it down. Probably if you go on Google now and search, it might be the same definition. Anyways, if it's the same definition, it means I understand it the way Google wrote it. Okay, so a clothing line is a collection of clothes designed for a specific demography, sold in retail or online stores. Okay, so I'm gonna put up a picture so that you guys know what a clothing line is. If I'm able to find like a picture that explains it well, I'm going to put it up so you guys can be seeing it right now and you understand what a clothing line is. Okay, so it's just practically something you design for a particular demography. Probably you're just focusing on the people from the age 25 to the age 35, or you're just focusing on people from the age 60 and above. You're not bringing out like a collection, which is like a line, a clothing line for them, probably for summer. This is what you want those people to like get. Okay, so that is what a clothing line is, and that's like how I understand it. And then what is a brand? The brand is just the identification. Okay, a cloth brand or a clothing brand is just the identification of the manufacturer. Okay, so whosoever is manufacturing the clothes, doing all the selling, distributing, that's the brand. Okay, so you are a brand because you're the only one working for yourself. So you're the sewer, you're the joiner, you're the fabric sourcer, you're everything. Okay, so the brand is like the identification of the clothing line or the business, like the identification. And example of this is, you can say Zara is a brand, Nike, Gap, H&M, Adidas, all these ones are brands. Like that's their brand name, right? So they are brands of different clothing line. They are brands. I hope you guys understand exactly what I'm saying. I wanted us to understand the fact that if you're going into a clothing business, it is not just going to sell clothes or becoming a fashion designer too. A clothing business is all of them together. Okay, if you are just selling fabric, you're into a clothing business. Like, I'm going to give you a list of the business that you can go into, like a clothing business that you can go into that doesn't have to do with you sewing, cutting. You get, like, there are other things you can do when it comes to clothing business, and that's what this video is all about. I want you to know the other things that you can do, and also know the type of clothes that you want to do. Like they have different type of clothes. Like I think they have 4 type of clothing that you can go into, so you know which one you are trying to go into. Like if you're going into the clothing business and you want to focus on a particular, probably casual, so yeah, that's something like that. So I'm going to talk about the type of clothing, but for now I want to call out the different business you can do inside the clothing business. Okay, it is not just you sewing the clothes. You don't have to be a tailor to go into the clothing business. Okay, you can be something else and still be in the clothing business. Like me now, I draft out patterns, so I'm a pattern maker. I'm trying to learn illustration too, so I will become an illustrator. I want to be like a seamstress. I want to be the designer. I want to be, all these things are all part of like the clothing business, and that's what I want you to know. So for most of you that you are just, anytime you come online, you want to actually really learn how to sew, you get bored at some way, like something is happening, you're not understanding, like sewing is not your thing, or even drafting on the pattern is not your thing. There are other things that you can do when it comes to the clothing business. You don't have to be stuck in being the seamstress. You don't have to be stuck in being a designer. You can do other things, okay, and still be in the clothing business. Now here are the list of clothing businesses you can start up. Okay, so you can go into clothing rentals. Yes, you can just, if you have eyes for like good clothes, like eyes for good things, you could buy some things in either second hand or ask some tailors to custom make it for you. And therefore what you're going to be doing now is having this in your store and people come and rent and bring back. Okay, so you can do that. It's actually a clothing business. So you can go into clothing rentals, like so like very, very nice dinner wears, stuff like that, like very nice outfit that when people come to rent, it's going to be, it's not just a casual thing, something that people just rent for like a particular occasion and stuff. So you can go into that, rent clothes. There's also thrifting. Okay, so you can go into thrifting, and everybody knows what thrifting is, right? You know what to thrift. We all know what thrifting is. So thrifting is just going out to the market or to other places to source second-hand clothing, second-hand, third-hand, fourth-hand. Yes, just go source them and then wash them, iron them, and like resell them. People like thrift clothes, especially vintage thrift clothes, like when you're able to go to the market and you're able to like source out like a vintage drift clothes. People love that, like something very vintagey old. You can go into thrifting. And another thing you can go into is alteration, like to alter clothes. Like if somebody buys something and it's not fitted and they want it to be fitted, you can alter it for them, or if it's too tight, you can strictly be in that particular business. Now there is this channel, or is it a YouTube channel, a TikTok that I saw, a TikToker that I saw, and what she does is she goes into different marketplaces or to stores that have put clothes for sale for a long time. They were not able to sell. They go there, they get like old good jeans, like the old stocks of the things that they had before, and she buys it and reconstruct it and resell it. And now when she reconstructs it into her old design, it is fantabulous. It goes from a 5 to like a 9.9. Yes, like she reconstruct it, resew it, redesign it into something, more, to me, more stylish, more, to me, more attractive. And you can do that. Okay, that is alteration. You can go into the alteration service. It's not just dua, because when I say alteration, some people say, this girl say, make I go into dua business. No, what I mean, you can alter other people's clothes. Like you can buy them, we change them, or you open a site where people get to bring their old things and sell it for second-hand prices to you, and you just use the fabric and rechange it. It's like a big business that people are doing. It's like recycling, and I think it's something that people should be doing more often. Like people should be recycling their clothes. Like to me, that's what I think. Anyways, you can also go into fabric printing, and you should already know what fabric printing is from the name, fabric printing. Okay, so you can do that. It's also part of a clothing business. You can go into fashion design, okay, you can even be a fashion teacher. Now, yeah, this time around there's something I want to tell you guys. I'm going to stop here and talk about fashion teaching. Okay, this is something that most people are not talking about a lot, and me, I did not even know about it until recently. I realized that I am more of a fashion teacher than a fashion designer. Like, I don't even see myself as a fashion designer anymore. When I see myself, or when I try to talk about myself, I see myself as a pattern maker and also a fashion teacher. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't know about. You can go into the fashion business and become a fashion teacher. You can go learn how to sew and then decide not to, just because I don't even know why people think that going to learn how to sew means that you have to become a tailor. I don't like it when people around me just say, okay, because I know how to sew, automatically I'm supposed to be making clothes for other people. Like I'm supposed to be making outfits and selling. Now, sister, that is not why I went to learn how to sew. Maybe that was the first reason why I went to learn how to sew, but along the line I decided that I don't want to be like a fashion designer. Okay, I could have that title because once in a while I want to be designing, but I want to strictly be like a fashion teacher, because I think I enjoy teaching more. I enjoy breaking down things physically online. Anytime you catch me anywhere, I'm always trying to break down things just the way I understand it. And to me now, I think the fashion teaching should be like, it's part of it, so it should be something that people know that they can do. It should be an option that people know that they can, go into as like the clothing business. Okay, I don't know if you got me. Did you get me? Okay, so moving on, there is also embroidery. You can be those people that make design on clothes. When you're done making a particular outfit and you want it to have some designs, those people here, they embroider it. Like, I don't know how to explain it anymore. I think they have the machine for embroidery, so you can be that, you can have that, you can do that as your fashion business. You can open a boutique. That one is like, everybody knows that you can do that, right? You can open a boutique. And you can also open a clothing business of buckle making. Okay, belt buckle making is also a thing in the clothing business. You see that the clothing business is like a very broad, business. It's not just restricted to just being a designer, being an illustrator, or no, it is not just restricted to you being a tailor. And because you're a tailor, people feel like you are supposed to be doing all of it. No, the clothing business is like a big what would I say? What word is that? It's just a big business that there are so many things that you can do in it. Okay, so you can even go into cloth bag manufacturing. I see a lot of people do that here on YouTube, and I too wanted to be like a part of the group of people that does like design bag. I wanted to do that, not just design bag, make them. Like, I wanted to, not wanted, I think I'm still going to do that, because when I come on YouTube here and I'm looking at a video and they're trying to make a particular bag, I think I spend more time watching a bag video than a clothes video. Like, the clothes now, I've cracked the code. Most times I just try to see what they do at the finish point. I don't even watch the process like that anymore, because I already know the code. Like, I cracked the code, so I could guess what you're going to do next. But when I'm watching a bag video on YouTube, like, it's something that fascinates me so much that I feel like pretty soon here your girl is going to go into the bag business. Okay, and of course I'm going to be teaching you. You know that now, if I'm learning, I'm teaching you. Like, that's my motto now. Okay, so yeah, but the bag business is something that you can also go into and still be in the clothing business. You can also become like a pattern maker. I've said that before. I see myself as a pattern maker. I enjoy making pattern. Like, if I don't make pattern for things, sometimes I don't even know if I'm sewing it. Like, the sweetness, I don't know, the vibe that it gives me when I make pattern, when I try to create a pattern for something in particular and it comes out really nice. Like, girl, I have this butterfly. So yeah, I'm a pattern maker, and you can also do that as your fashion business or your clothing business. You can also go into crocheting. You see that a lot on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you should be seeing videos of awesome result of people crocheting, some dresses, some two-piece, some Charlie. When I see those videos, I'm like, Charlie, people get talented now. Crocheting is something I like. I think I'll be one to do, but the amount of time someone spends in trying to crochet a particular, it takes a lot of time, and I don't know if I'm that kind of person that wants to spend weeks trying to make one thing. Like, but I try to make something now these days and I can create the pattern. I'm always like pack, I want to see the result. So I'm always like, that day if I cut the pattern or if I draft out the pattern that day, I am, that's if I'm not filming. Anytime I'm filming, it takes time. Of course it takes time, but whenever I am just trying to make an outfit, I like to go like really fast. So when I see people crocheting and they're saying 1 week later they have their two-piece, I'm like, Charlie, you were able to wait. Me, I love it too. So you can go into that, and it's still a fashion business. You can even go into baby clothes. Like, Charlie, you can just restrict yourself to making only cute baby clothes. I love baby clothes. Like, I love it. How cute is it? Like, I love baby clothes. As in, I think I'm going to be very fascinated with my own baby's clothes. I love baby clothes. They are so cute and they are easy to make if you know the body measurements to use. Okay, so you can go into making baby clothes, like baby designs, baby clothes design. You can also go into fashion branding. You can have like a fashion magazine, have a vlog where you talk about different fashion designers. You can, there are so many things you can do, and you're still in the fashion business. So please do not restrict yourself, or please do not say, I don't have a sewing machine. So this plan that you made on your first video is not going to work for me because I don't have a sewing machine. I'm telling you now that most of these things I've called doesn't need you to have like a sewing machine. Some of these things are pretty easy things that, especially the fashion brand, like you can just create a vlog. So if you don't have a sewing machine right now, and I'm telling you now, you can start a vlog or a vlog and a blog where you talk about fashion, like talk about fashion designing, talk about the things you like about fashion, talk about fashion designers, talk about things happening in the fashion world. And that is also a way to go into the clothing business. Okay, you can start that, and with time it's going to take off. Like if you put your energy and your consistency and your authenticity and your everything into it, there is no way it will not yield result. It's something that has been proven. Like I keep screaming it in my video, like it is proven that whatever you keep doing consistently will definitely pay rewards. That is how the world is designed. So yeah, start off. You can start a fashion brand. You can also be a fashion illustrator. You know what illustrating is? Like, when someone has something in their imagination and they want to bring it to life, they can talk to you, tell you how it is, and you just draw it, bring it to life, either physically, as in physically like using your hand manually, or you can use a system to illustrate. They have like different apps that can help you in your illustration. So you can be a fashion illustrator, and you can be a stylist. Now a stylist does not need you to have money to start. You can be a stylist if you're good with colors, you're good with pairing outfits, you're good with styling. You can also be a stylist and still be in the fashion business. Like, this fashion business is broad. I don't even know why you're still waiting. Like, Did you need me to say all these things before you know that you can do something? Like all this information I'm giving you guys right now are informations that are in Google, okay? So I don't even know why most people are not even making use of all these things that they have on their phones. Like these are information that you can, if you are really serious about going into this business, you know, fashion business, or let's call it clothing business, you can Google and ask Google until you're able to find a plan that is comfortable for you, okay? A plan that doesn't really involve you using money when you don't have it, you get. So you can keep asking Google questions like to find the way that you're comfortable with until you start growing and start branching out, okay? So you can be a stylist, style people, and they pay you for that. If you can pair colors, you can pair outfits, you can just, you know, do boom and just bring out. Let's move on. You can also be a fabric seller, okay? So you can sell fabric to fashion designers, and you can help them source out fabrics and sell. Yeah, you can be that. You can do that. You can open a clothing store, which is also in the fashion business. So this is to my own knowledge, okay? So if you want more, like you feel like, okay, these ones I've mentioned are things that you're not comfortable with, I feel that whatever it is you're looking for in the fashion world, you're going to find in the fashion business. You're going to find it, okay? So you can be a fashion assistant. I don't know, a lot of things, okay? So don't just limit yourself to what you have been told you can do in the fashion business. No, there are more things that you can do. So just go ahead and make your research on your own, and you can use this as reference. Like just type on Google clothing business, type of clothing business, and you're gonna find it. Now I hope that was of help to somebody. And now let's move to the type of clothing. For those of you that have watched the first video I uploaded about how you can make money on here YouTube, and you have seen all the things that I talked about, how you can, you know, get capital while you are learning online. Use that your data for good, okay? So I talked about how while you are learning, like while you're learning, if you learn A, go to your channel and teach A as a practical, like it's like a practice, okay? So as you're learning B, to practice it, film your process, you know, film it and put it out there for those other people that are also practicing to see how you're doing yours, and they are going to relate, and from there you can build like a brand, and you can build like an audience from that. And you can, while you are learning and you are doing this, you're growing your platform, and once you're ready to start your business, you're going to of course you already have audience and customers ready for you. Now I want to tell you about the 4 type of clothing that you can go into, okay? So that as you're about to walk into or as you're about to start the journey of you planning for your clothing business, you should have this in mind. Have this in mind that you can specialize in like one type of clothing and just do that for people, or you can, you know, do all of them. It is up to you, okay? So it is your brand and you know what you want to do. But then let me tell you the 4 type of clothing that I know. Now there is the casual, okay? So you can go into the casual clothing business and just specialize in making casuals. And in case you're wondering what is casual, I know by now pictures will be flying up and down on my screen, so you know what it means. But I'll also tell you that casuals are wears that are worn as standard clothing, like just normal, nothing special, nothing unique, sometimes fancy, but still not the ones you can wear to formal, okay? So the casual wears are just the standard wears, okay? So you can decide to go into that, you know, a box top. I talked about a box top on my first video. I keep talking about a box top because that is like the simplest thing any beginner can be able to make, okay? So you can make like a shirt. A shirt is also easy to make without collar, so you can make a shirt and a skirt, you know, make a trouser and a top, you know, those things that does not have too much designing and just straightforward, you know, you can make that and sell as like casuals and people day by day wears. And yeah, you can do that, and it's part of like clothing, okay? So if you don't want to do that, if you want to focus on a different type of clothing, you can go into the second one, is the formal wears. Now the formal wears are worn to events such as wedding, birthday, like birthday parties. You can wear the formal clothing to, or the formal wear to events, okay? So award nights, you know, your company is having some kind of occasion, yeah. So that is all those example of it is going to be on the screen, of course. All those your, you know, dinner wears, all those your what else will I use? So all those your game, the wears you wear for partying, for out, for event, practically. Okay, every event. As far as you leave your house with shoe and you're all gigging, yeah, that's your formal wear. And most of these corsets that you guys are making are formal wear, so you can decide to be doing that as your clothing business. You can decide to go strictly on that, or you can do both the casuals and the formal wears. Okay, so now you know. And the third one is the lingerie. Now a lot of people are shying away from the lingerie. I'm just going to bring this talk down to Nigerians. Yes, but let me leave it at Africans, that we always shy away from making lingeries. Like, why? Underwear. See, I will get to a point in this my channel where I want to make, because I don't really wear underwears. Like, I hardly do underwears, but I know there's going to come a time that I will start wanting to have some. And trust me, I'm going to be creating patterns and I'm going to be sewing them on this channel, and I'm going to be modeling it for you guys to see how it fits. Okay, so I don't know why most people shy away from the lingerie. Like, I hardly see a Nigerian channel that does lingerie, like really focuses on lingerie, and it's a fucking big business. I know I'm using this word, but I have to use it. Like, it's a big business that you can go into and help other people out that want to learn about lingeries, and they can start learning from you to make and sell out. Okay, and you too, you can also use that and open up your own lingerie line. Trust me, you can do that. This underwear is a big business. I think that is something that everybody wears every time. People wear clothes, of course, and people are always wearing underwear. They're always wearing lingeries. Like, so why do you guys shy away from I don't think I know any Nigerian YouTuber that does lingeries. I don't think. Please, if you do know, tag me to one, call the person's name in the comment section so I can go there and support that person. Because why are you shying away from lingeries? You guys are the one that wear it, so why? Why not learn it and teach others? Okay, so you can also go into the business of making lingeries that are worn for support or decoration under the clothes. So you can do that. And the last but not the least is the sportswear. Okay, so the sportswear is one for athletic activity like running, football, weightlifting, basketball, boxing, like that. So yeah, the sportswear, you already know you can actually do that also. But I don't think sports are so big here in Nigeria, unless you want to be doing it and shipping it out to other countries. But I don't think it's big on, like, Nigerians are big on sportswear. we know they keep fit like that. Okay, and I don't think we have sports people, but I know time will change, or time is changing. I know times are changing, so probably soon we're going to be big on sportswears. But anyway, these are the 4 type of clothing that you need to know about before you go into your clothing business. Now that you know that the clothing business is different from the clothing line, and the line is different from the brand, but then the clothing line, the clothing brand are all part of the business, and every other thing that you have been thinking about fashion industry, like the styling, the catwalk, all these things, the modeling, everything are under the fashion business, right? So you can pick one and do that as your clothing business. Don't be restricted or limited to thinking that you have to learn how to sew and be cutting for people and be sewing and become a slave. Okay, you have other options. So open up your mind, unlimit your mind, like open it up to other things and see if there is something out there that you really love, something that you'll be doing with passion. And as you're doing it with the passion and the love you have for it, you're not going to be feeling the stress. Okay, so open up your mind to try out other things in the fashion business. And yes, that is all I have to tell you on this video. Now, the next video I'm going to be making concerning this same topic is I'm going to be coming on here to make a video for people that are going to be in my class. I'm just going to make a video and keep for them. For the ones that just want to learn and immediately start sewing to sell, I'm going to come here to make a video and drop for you guys where I tell you guys about the kind of easy wears you can make, and where you can find them to learn, and how to now join them together. Like, I'm just going to be helping you make those researches, and I'll just make a video up, talk to you guys about it, help you align these things together, so that when you're done with my class, you just come on here, watch the video, and look at the things that I've recommended. If it's something that you want to, like, you like, and you want to start doing, you start doing it immediately. I'm just going to help you, you know, with the sewing videos and everything. I'm just going to do that. That's the next video coming up. Okay, so I'm going to help you because I want you to succeed. Okay, so I want you to actually start work, because what I'm doing right now is also helping myself. Like, I'm not just making this video to just try to motivate you or inspire you, or, you know, just to try to lessen your burden. I'm also doing it for myself because I am doing this research for myself, and as I am learning, I am also talking to you guys about it, so that it will help you understand the journey that I'm about to begin. And I also love to go on the journey with a lot of people. Like, as I'm doing mine, someone else is out there doing theirs, and, you know, we are just all going to go on the journey together, holding each other's hands and supporting each other. That's what I want. Okay, so I'm helping myself. Why I kind of help you. Okay, so I'll be seeing you on that video. I hope you enjoyed this particular one, and thank you for watching. And yes, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. What else? Subscribe, help me share, so that somebody else that wants this information will get it. You don't even know who you're helping by sharing. Okay, so help me share. I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.